And Julie Golsteyn is here now to give us the latest details on the case. Julie, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Okay, Julie, so as I look at this case, my mind is blown. I see a decorated American hero, a special forces officer who did his job. He took out a terrorist bomb maker that was killing American troops, and in some misguided sense of justice, and we've never spoken, I come out of law enforcement, I understand how these cases work. I cannot understand this one for the life of me, Julie. He should be getting a medal pinned on his chest, and instead the government wants to prosecute your husband. What am I missing here?
You're not missing anything. Apparently we're missing the same thing. You're right. He did his job, and you mentioned the medals. They actually took medals away from him. They took away his Silver Star, which was to be upgraded to a Distinguished Service Cross, for his actions in Afghanistan in the Battle of Marja, which was unrelated to the allegations that have been made.
Yeah, Julie, I never, not to interrupt you, I never understood that. I read that they had taken away his Silver Star for an unrelated battle, extreme heroism. He earned that medal. Why did they take that medal away from him?
It was an arbitrary, non-judicial by John McHugh, who was the then Secretary of the Army. He had signed off on the Silver Star and the Distinguished Service Cross and then arbitrarily revoked them with no due process.
Wow.
Matt has been subject to a slew of non-judicial punishment for something that they couldn't bring charges against him, so they did all of these other things. They revoked his Special Forces tab, for instance.
Yeah, I read that as well. That to me is ridiculous with all the work he put in. All right, Julie, but you're pushing back, and you're even alleging potential prosecutorial misconduct. Just this morning you tweeted,
absolutely,
quote, here's your tweet, an entire investigation and charges based on a dishonest investigator putting his words in Matt's mouth. The investigator admitted to lying under oath at the Board of Inquiry. Julie, those are some pretty serious allegations. Can you explain those for our viewers?
Yes. When Matt had interviewed with the CIA, he used certain terms to describe what had happened in Afghanistan. He never used the term detainee. He had always referred to this person as an enemy combatant. The words detainee, assassinate, this narrative that was put forth by the Army was completely false. And the agent who investigated, the lead agent, they had many investigators on this case. The lead agent it's in the transcript from the Board of Inquiry. He had to admit under oath that he in fact pushed that false narrative that was a lie. This whole thing is because of what the government has put in Matt's mouth. These things never came from Matt.
Okay, Julie, I want to just clarify.
They have chosen to hear what they want to hear.
Okay, let me just clarify a few things for the viewers.
Sure.
So Matt was interviewing with the CIA for employment, correct? Because many Special Forces operators then go over to work for the CIA, Special Activities, other divisions.
Yes.
In the course of that interview, he's asked about his military service, and he gives accurate depictions of things that had happened during his time in combat. Then a criminal investigative, a CID, Army Criminal Investigation Division investigator, took his interview with the CIA, and what you're alleging is put his own spin on it and added into evidence things Matt had never said during his employment interview with the CIA. Do I have that correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it all came out during the Board of Inquiry when this agent, which I will say after 4 years of investigating Matt, the Army produced 4 witnesses, 3 from the legal sector of the Army and this CID investigator. One legal expert from the Army who admitted under oath to being biased against Matt, one who had no idea where Matt served in Afghanistan, and this CID agent who admitted to pushing a completely false story.
Now, why did the one investigator admit bias against a decorated Special Forces major? What was his problem with your husband?
I think that this whole situation has taken on a life of its own. I've said before in different interviews, this characterization of my husband as a cold-blooded murderer or some psychopathic killer is completely detached from reality. And I think that within the JAG Corps and in the command that these, there's been a lot of rumor and innuendo, and that's not Matt at all.
Right. Now, let me ask you, have they interviewed his troops, the men under his command, his superior officers, his colleagues at his same rank, the captains, the majors, the people he's worked very closely with? And if they have, what are they saying, and why aren't we hearing their story?
All of the people who have served with him were granted immunity to talk against him, and no one did.
Wow.
The Marine leadership actually testified at his board of inquiry for Matt.
Yeah, that was my next question. So the Marines whose lives he saved, what have they said about this? What's their testimony? What are they saying insofar as they can? Because I know they can be punished if they overstep. What is the general consensus among those Marines?
Everyone is angry. All of the people that I've heard, Marines, other Green Berets, everyone that I have spoken with, heard from, is angry that they are doing this. And nobody understands why or how, but they are angry.
Well, I don't blame them.
Matt from everything I've heard, Matt is one of the finest commanders.
Yeah, and that seems to be
in the whole of Afghanistan.
That seems to be what I've been hearing, even if anecdotally, from the military analysts I speak with, the feedback they're getting. Julie, only about a minute and a half left. Where is the case today? Where do things stand? Tell us a little bit about what your family is dealing with, and how can Americans help Major Golsteyn?
We are at home trying to maintain some normalcy. We have a middle schooler and a 3-month-old. Matt has civilian employment, so we are just trying to maintain a normal household. We, I guess the next step legally will be the Article 32 hearing, or what's loosely kind of the equivalent of a civilian grand jury. I guess we'll see how that goes. We are still hopeful or waiting for maybe someone in the command. Any commander can take jurisdiction of this case and dismiss the charges at any time, preferably with prejudice so that they can't come back again and try this, a few years down the road, which, we don't trust that will not happen. So if anybody still would like to step up, we're waiting. We would love to hear, from the president. He was kind enough to bring attention to this. And to donate, we are the UAP, United American Patriots. They are financing Matt's defense. And others, for example, Eddie Gallagher and Clint Lawrence. So you can go to uap.org and donate to them. And we appreciate all of the love and support that we've gotten. We really just need to put all of this out on blast because this is wrong. This is wrong.
Yeah, my personal opinion, I couldn't agree with you more, Julie. Julie Golsteyn, wife of Major Matthew Golsteyn, an American hero. Julie, good luck to you and your family. Please send our regards.
Thank you.
And please send my regards and our regards to the Major.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more breaking news coverage, exclusive interviews, and great videos, click over here to our YouTube channel and subscribe. And don't forget to download the free Newsmax TV app. Newsmax TV, it's real news for real people.